You finish your meal, push the plate away, and feel that familiar heaviness begin to settle in your body. Your brain wants the couch, your phone, maybe a quick scroll that turns into half an hour. But there's a tiny window right now small enough to ignore, powerful enough to change your day, where one simple habit can help your blood sugar fall smoothly instead of spiking and crashing. It doesn't require equipment, a gym, or heroic willpower. It just asks for a few easy minutes of gentle movement after you eat. Here's why this window matters. After a meal, your digestive system breaks carbs into glucose and releases it into your bloodstream. That glucose is fuel, and your body is designed to use it. But when the level rises too quickly, you feel it. Brain fog, a dip in energy, a strange mix of sleepiness and restlessness, cravings that show up way sooner than you expect. Over time, frequent sharp spikes can make your cells less responsive to insulin, the hormone that escorts glucose out of your blood and into your muscles and liver. The beauty of the post-meal window is that you can help your body use the glucose more efficiently right now, not tomorrow, not next week today. The habit is simple. Within 10 to 20 minutes after you finish eating, stand up and move your body at an easy, comfortable pace for about 10 to 15 minutes. That's it, a relaxed walk around your home. A lap down the street and back, tidying the kitchen while staying on your feet. Light movement, nothing intense, so your muscles gently contract and invite glucose in. When muscles are active, they act like a sponge. They pull more glucose out of your blood to power the movement, and they do this even without demanding more insulin. Think of it as giving your metabolism a friendly nudge so the sugar goes where it's needed instead of lingering in your bloodstream. You don't need to sweat or breathe hard. In fact, the best pace is one where you can talk easily. If you were to measure it, you'd likely be walking more slowly than your exercise walk. This is movement for metabolism, not a workout to win. Some people worrying that they have to wait an hour after eating, but gentle movement right after a meal is not only fine for most people, it can make digestion feel better. As your body moves, your gut moves too, and that subtle rhythm supports the whole process. It's common to notice less bloating, less reflux, and a calmer stomach when you make this a habit. If the weather is bad or you can't leave your space, you still have options. Pace around the room. March in place while you listen to a song. Do a few trips up and down a hallway, put dishes away one at a time so you keep moving. If walking is difficult, try seated leg extensions, ankle circles, or gentle standing calf raises holding onto a chair. The point isn't perfection, it's to keep your muscles quietly working for a few minutes so they help clear the traffic in your bloodstream. What about timing and consistency? Think of each meal as a new chance, not a test you pass or fail. Breakfast movement sets a calm tone for your morning and can steady the mid-morning slump. A brief post-lunch walk can replace the crash that often hits at 2 or 3 in the afternoon. After dinner, a slow stroll can loosen your shoulders, reconnect you with your breath, and help you sleep more deeply. You don't have to do all 3 right away. Start with the meal that usually leaves you the most sluggish and build from there. Most people feel some benefit with just 10 minutes. If you enjoy it, stretch to 15 or 20. If you miss a day, you haven't ruined anything. You simply pick it up again at the next meal. There are small tricks that make this stick. Put your shoes by the door before you eat so the cue is ready. Pair the walk with something you enjoy, a favorite podcast, a voice note to a friend, a loop around the block to watch the sunset. If you live with someone, turn it into a shared ritual. Plates down, let's stroll. If you're at work, walk the hallway or the parking lot or take a gentle lap around the office. If you have a pet, they will love this new routine as much as your metabolism does. The easier it is to start, the more likely you'll do it again tomorrow. It's normal to wonder whether such a small change can really do anything. The body loves these small, steady nudges. When you move after eating, your muscles open more doors to let glucose in. That's one reason people who stroll after meals often report steadier energy, fewer cravings, and a clearer head. Over time, that can add up to better insulin sensitivity, which means your body doesn't have to shout with more and more insulin just to get the same job done. You may also notice that your appetite later in the day feels calmer and more predictable because those sharp swings are softer. Let's talk about what to avoid right after a meal if your goal is calmer blood sugar. Long periods of slumping on the couch can invite a bigger spike, especially if the meal was heavy on refined carbs or sugary drinks. Lying flat tends to worsen reflux. Going straight for dessert can stack one sugar wave on top of another. None of this is about guilt. Food is meant to be enjoyed. The trick is to let the good stuff settle in with a small slice of movement so your body keeps pace with your plate. If you love dessert, consider timing it with or after your short walk so your muscles are already on and ready to use that extra sugar. Hydration helps too. A glass of water with your meal or right after it keeps things moving along. If you like to add a squeeze of lemon for taste, go ahead. Some people find that having fiber earlier in the meal, vegetables, a small salad, beans helps flatten the peak after they eat. These are gentle upgrades, not rules. The heart of your plan is still those 10 minutes of easy movement that turn a meal into steady energy instead of a roller coaster. If you use a blood sugar monitor, you might see this play out in your own data. Many people notice that the highest point of their post-meal rise is lower and it returns to baseline sooner when they move. If you don't track numbers, you can still feel the difference. The afternoon yawns may fade. The urge for an emergency snack might show up later or not at all. Sleep can improve because your body isn't working as hard overnight to sort out a late spike. Even mood benefits when your energy is steadier. It's easier to be patient and focused when your brain has a steady fuel supply. There are other benefits hiding in plain sight. A short walk after dinner can double as family time, a mental reset from screens, a chance to digest the day's conversations as well as your food. If you're trying to manage your weight, these small additions gently raise your daily activity without draining your willpower. They don't leave you ravenous like some hard workouts can. They simply teach your body to use what you've already eaten in a smarter way. Safety matters. If you take insulin or medications that can lower blood sugar, you know your body best. Start slowly, check your levels if you need to, and carry a quick source of carbs in case you feel shaky. If you have balance issues, foot problems, or any condition where movement needs special care, choose the safest version of gentle activity-seated movement, a hallway stroll, support from a cane or a loved one, and ask your clinician how to personalize it for you. If you're dizzy, short of breath, or in pain, pause and sit. This is about kindness to your body, not pushing through discomfort. You might wonder how to fit this in on your busiest days. The secret is to shrink the goal until it always fits. 5-minute mini walks are better than no walk at all. 3 minutes up and down the stairs, 3 minutes of light chores, 3 minutes of pacing during a voice message, suddenly you've stitched together your 10 minutes. If you commute, park a little farther away or step off the bus one stop early. If you eat at your desk, walk to refill your water and loop the floor once before you sit back down. If your kids need help with homework, make the first 5 minutes a talk and walk around the block to set the tone. Once you start, it's motivating to feel the difference from just one meal. You may notice that your next meal choices naturally shift. When energy is steady, you don't chase quick fixes. You'll likely sleep better after a calm evening stroll, and waking up rested makes breakfast a calmer choice too. The habit creates its own momentum, quietly shaping the next small decision in your favor. If you'd like a simple plan to begin, try this. Tonight, when you finish dinner, put your plate in the sink, slip on your shoes, and walk the length of your street and back at a relaxed pace. Notice your breathing, the air on your face, the way your shoulders drop when you're outside. When you return, drink a glass of water and check in with your body an hour later. How is your energy? Are you less snacky? Do you feel lighter in your stomach? Do that again tomorrow? If you miss a night, return the next day without drama. You're building a friendly rhythm, not chasing perfection. With time, you can experiment. Maybe you feel best with 12 minutes after lunch and 15 after dinner. Maybe breakfast needs just 5 minutes of pacing while the coffee brews. Maybe weekends are for a longer, scenic stroll while weekdays are for quick loops. Your body will tell you. The signal you're listening for is steadiness. Clearer focus, calmer appetite, fewer urgent cravings, easier sleep. If you've struggled with willpower before, this approach can feel like a breath of fresh air. You're not battling your appetite or cutting out entire food groups. You're partnering with your biology. Muscles love to be used, and when you give them that small job after a meal, they do exactly what they're designed to do: pull in the fuel and put it to work. It's elegant, simple, and forgiving, which is why it lasts. So the next time you finish eating and the couch starts calling, remember that tiny window. Stand, stretch, and take those first easy steps. Let the movement be pleasant. Let it be short. Let it be something you look forward to, not one more chore. A few minutes later, you'll be back where you started, but your body will be in a different place, calmer, clearer, steadier. If you stick with this for a week, you'll likely feel it. If you keep going, meal after meal, it becomes part of who you are. Someone who eats, moves gently, and enjoys the steady energy that follows. This is the simplest kind of health with no special gear, no complicated plan, just a friendly routine that gives your body exactly what it needs at the moment it needs it. Try it after your very next meal and pay attention to how you feel an hour later. That feeling is your proof, and it's the kind of evidence that keeps you coming back, not because you have to, but because you genuinely like the way your life feels when you do.